Hi everybody, this is Angelica Sage back for another video. So today's video I want to kind of like do a little freestyle video. I don't really know what I'm gonna name the title of the video yet, but pretty much more emphasis on what the law of assumption is, how to make sure that you are manifesting and efficiently self-proclaiming your godhood, your sovereignty, remembering that you are the operant power in your reality. Nobody has free will in your reality. Whatever you says goes. Because remember, when the Bible story loves to remind us that when God created the heavens and the earth, it just appeared. The objects or the surroundings did not have free will to say, I don't want to come there, or I'm busy doing something else. No, and God, the God force energy, knew in and of itself that it was confident in whatever it said was going to come to pass. So therefore, we are sovereign beings. We are beings that hold the God particle within us. So with that being said, we have the birthright to have this same entitlement that whatever we desire has to come into physical form. And I just want to reiterate that time does not exist outside of this dimension. Time is a man-made construct, man-made by human beings to keep us within the matrix, to basically knock us down off of our high horse. But now that we are awoken from our slumber, being that we are creative beings, being that we are enlightened, some of us are spiritual, we know better now that we can operate outside of this matrix, outside of time. That the stuff they sell us that's telling us, oh, life is so hard, you can't get what you want, you have to work hard for whatever it is you want, that's things that they try to sell us to discourage us from walking into our sovereignty. Growing up, I remember that's all I heard. You have to work hard for what you want. Nothing comes easy in life. If you don't work hard for it, and if it was handed to you, it don't count, that you're just a spoiled brat. First of all, I always wanted to rebuttal this, but of course, growing up in the South, you know better than not to rebuttal anything to your elders. Whose fault is it that I'm a spoiled brat? I did not come here spoiling myself. Granted, I know me personally, and a lot of you guys out there, we came here with a certain royalty on our head. We came here with a certain obligation and entitlement on our head. So the mere fact that we were spoiled by our parents and by our family members, it says a lot about our Godhead. Like, something in us notified the people around us that we deserve the better things in life. So that's why people willingly gave to us without us asking, or if we did ask or beg, it just came to us so easily. Me in particular, I remember as I got older, almost into you could pretty much say adulthood, my parents were still wanting to do things for me, and I'm not gonna lie, it was what I was used to. So say if I was 21 up into my maybe mid 20s, hell, still now, if my mama or my brother wanted to buy me something that the typical 20-something-year-old should be buying for themselves, but I had adults buying it for me, I didn't turn it down. And I remember one day my mom was just like in an upheaval, like, I don't know why I'm buying all this stuff for you. You grown, you got your own job, you making your own money. I don't know what's wrong with you. You so dependent on me. And I had started feeling bad, like before I got into my spirituality and finding myself, I started feeling bad, like, she right, I shouldn't be having her buy stuff for me. I'm too old for that. So I tried it one day, And I told her, I was like, well, no, don't do that. I'm going to buy it myself. No, 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 I got it. And I would do that numerous of times until she didn't have to buy anything for me, and she would still do it. And so something was like, why are you complaining if I'm telling you I'm going to do it, but yet you still want to do it? But when I wasn't offering to do it, I was so irresponsible and dependent on you. And then as I evolved spiritually, something said, it's not about that you are dependent on her or that you don't have the resources to do those things. It's something that she feels convicted to do because of who you are. Who knows? She may be paying me back from me being her mom in a past life, because I know for sure we were together in a past life and the roles were swapped. So I'm telling my story because I feel like it could relate to some of y'all out there who's dealing with something like that. So anyway, I go back to what I was saying of us being spoiled brats. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being a spoiled brat if you ask me. Now, there is a fine line between being a spoiled brat and just being plain like lazy and don't want to do anything. So don't get that twisted. But when you are genuinely your own person, you're doing the best that you can do in life, and people just still feel compelled to give to you, then that's manifestation, and that is confirmation that you have divine divinity over your life and that you are favored. And I would ride that energy and continue to manifest, because if you are receiving gifts and people just giving you stuff being out of being spoiled, imagine what you probably could get if you really put intention behind it. So I say all that to say, with the law of assumption and your whole self-concept belief, it is important to embed, when you're doing your self-concept affirmations, that things come easy for me. I am always provided for. I am always taken care of. I don't have to work hard for anything. I manifest things just fall into my lap. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to work at all to earn money. That's some affirmations that I affirm, because I'm one believer who believes, and I'll tell anybody who will listen, I don't want to work hard. I don't want to work at all. And we grew up believing that you must work. You need to know what kind of work you want to do, because you're going to go get a job as soon as you finish school, blah, blah, blah. So I managed to manifest one of the easiest jobs where I literally get paid to do nothing. Okay. And, I have holidays off when it's hurricane, weather, whatever. Somebody sneeze hard, we get off. We don't have to come to work. During during the pandemic, we didn't have to come to work. And I remember some of my family members who really worked hard and had to bust their ass at work and still are. They were looking at me when I was at home, still getting a paycheck, living my best life, and was like, you ain't even been in the work field for a good 5 years, and you at home, getting paid easy, and here I'm at work. I'm what they call them, a emergency worker, whatever they were calling them. The people that was on the front line, they had to be at work. They were one of them, and they couldn't get a day off. And in the back of my mind, I was like, that's because I manifested this. I told myself when I graduated from college, I didn't want to have to work hard a day in my life. Even though I knew I was going into the workforce, I don't want to have to work hard. I either want to get a job to get paid to do nothing, or either I want to have a job where it's like I'm not working because I'm so passionate about what I do. So that's something that I manifested, but I didn't tell them that, because they don't understand that. They feel like you have to bust your ass the rest of your life. So I say all that to say, your self-concept and your belief about what you can and can't have is totally up to you. It's not about calling somebody or emailing a coach or getting advice. can I manifest this? You can manifest whatever you want. If you want to manifest having to work hard because that's what you grew up believing, then manifest it. If you want to manifest not having to work at all and still getting paid, then manifest it. If I forget who said it, I think it was Henry Ford. He said whether a man is wrong or right is solely up to him, or something along those lines. It's solely up to you. It is embedded in your self concept of yourself. And I do want to point out that you do not have to be affirming in order for something to manifest. Something can manifest with you thinking half a second about it. It can manifest. I literally manifest stuff all day that I forgot I manifested because I'm thinking about it and I don't have no form of resistance behind it. So don't feel like if you're not if you're not affirming 100 times a day that your thing isn't going to manifest, because our thoughts are forms of energy that's constantly going in the air. It's invisible energy that's always doing something. So it's up to you to cut your your thoughts. Is you have to monitor your own thoughts. Be the God of your own reality. I explain to people day in and day out, God is a creative force. There is no God in the sky looking down upon you, tallying what you did right and what you did wrong. I don't know how many of you are familiar with African traditional religion, with like Ifa and I believe voodoo, all of that. They believe in this too. But they believe God, the creator, is too busy to busy itself in human business. So that's why we have the Orisha, the Lawa, our ancestors, all of that stuff. That's why we have spirit guides that are assigned to be with us, to assist us, because God, the creative force, is too busy to be worried about mortals. So that in and of itself should tell you that you are the God of your reality. If God, the creator, the life force, doesn't have time to rectify and mediate, then that should really give you more confirmation that is your job to rectify and mediate what you want and don't want in your life. Now, that's also why you have helpers too, like your ancestors and your spirit guides and the Orisha and all that, whatever you believe in. You have helpers to assist you because some of those helpers were humans at one point and they know what it was like to be a human. So that's why you call on them to help you. But other than that, you are God of your reality. Okay? I can't say that enough. And I know, coming out of a Christian background like myself, that may hard to wrap your mind around. But you have to affirm. That can be something you can manifest. You can affirm to learn and walk into your true divinity, your true sovereignty, your true purpose. I affirm that my mind is ever expanding beyond the human construct. You can affirm things of that nature. And I promise you, when you really get serious about affirming like that and affirming that your consciousness is ever expanding, I give myself permission to expand and become more aware. You will open up to worlds and worlds and worlds that is beyond the human understanding, because I know, me personally, that's my goal, is to expand beyond this human understanding, because this body, what you see, is temporary. I could be going tomorrow. I could be going today on my way home. But my consciousness is everlasting. So that's why, if nothing else, I'm always affirming that my consciousness is always expanding. My consciousness is always finding new ways to help me be more self-aware, to help me know myself, to help me learn the dimensions that I originate from, to help me to learn more about my ancient ancestors, the ancestors beyond this realm, the ancestors that didn't even have a body, because I know that they look after me as well. So this was a quick video that I wanted to come and leave you guys with. I do offer coaching, and I'll leave the information in the description below. Y'all take it easy.